Hey everyone, my name is Gamer Corey and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial video. Now in this video, I do want to help you guys recreate Mumbo Jumbo's Sahara concrete maker, which is super amazing and super fast. He never actually made a tutorial on it, and I was able to kind of figure out exactly how he had built it just from watching some of his videos and a few other things. And I want to be able to build that for you guys today. There's a lot of materials that are going to be required for it, so it's not just going to be, hey, here, this is what's here in my hot bar. But I do want to go over what is going to be basically needed. You guys will need one redstone torch. You'll need some redstone itself. You're going to actually need quite a few repeaters. I believe there's 12 in total. You're going to need 5 furnaces. They're going to be basically immovable objects. A few comparators. You're actually going to have to fill those furnaces with actually a few different items, 58 to be exact. They can be whatever item, that as long as it can be put into a furnace and it's stackable. And then you are going to need some obsidian just to prevent some blast chambers explosions, because we are going to be using TNT in this video. So if you guys aren't necessarily comfortable with duping of the TNT, then this video might not necessarily be for you, but you could reconfigure it and then basically create a TNT dispenser or dropper that will allow you guys to just drop the TNT and explode when you want it to. So let's go ahead and kind of get started. For the most part, this is everything that you're going to need. There's a few other things, like we're going to need a bucket of water. Other than that, this is a majority of the actual pieces need. Now, when we get into the TNT duper, that's going to require a little bit of different set of materials. But for the actual concrete maker itself, this is really all you need, including a bucket of water, because that's what we got to fill it up. So I like to build this north and south. So let's make sure that we're facing north and south. We're not. So that is south right there. So what we're going to do here is we can basically put this anywhere we want. So what I like to do is we're going to make this basically 8 wide. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then I go one more. And then we're going to make it so that there's 5 in there. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we're going to come all the way back and match up with that one right there. And we're going to make sure we fill that one in there like so. And then as far as the floor, it does not matter. But what I recommend is that at the bottom here, you guys put like a waterway or some kind of collection system. So you guys can either put hoppers to collect it, or you can put a water stream. So let's just push the water that way for the time being. Now we can put actually water up here along those, and it's going to push it all the way down to that stream here. Now, if you want to put another block along the edge like so, you could, to make sure that it doesn't actually go over the edge here, and you could definitely do that if you want to. You don't necessarily have to. I don't really ever seem to have too many problems in my survival world, which I do play on an SMP server. So there we go. All right, so that is kind of like the initial phase of the actual build, is the blast chamber. So now that we have our chamber built for the explosions, now again, if you guys are not building a TNT blast chamber or TNT duper or using TNT at all, then at this bottom part, you don't really need it all. So from this very center block right here, we're actually going to count up 12 as long as it's level with the top of this obsidian. Now, the reason that we're going up 12 is because we are going to be using pistons to push it down, and this would actually be level 13 where the water is at. So that way it can never push it actually into the water itself, and that's the reason that we're going up 12 from the end of this. So let's go ahead and count 12. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the 12th one is going to be a permanent block. All right. So what we can do is just kind of snake it around like so. And this center one right here is going to be a redstone torch. So it's going to look something like that. Now, this is where we're going to go ahead and use our first piston. And we're going to have it facing towards the farm. One facing towards the farm and one on the top like so. Now, what we need to do is we do need to snake this thing around a little bit. So we're actually going to go up and around here like so. So then on this, what we need to do is we need to put redstone dust across the top. So what's going to happen is when we place an item right here, it's going to immediately push it across like so. So it's very, very fast. It's actually a 0-tick system. So that's pretty much our pusher. Now we actually got to create the system to convert it to concrete. All right, so at this point, what we need to do is we need to replace this block with a slab. So let's go ahead and grab our slab. And we're going to be using our smooth stone slab right here. And we're going to put that on a bottom slab. Now make sure that you guys surround this area with regular blocks because we're going to be waterlogging that center one. Make sure that you waterlog this bottom one before doing anything else. So what's going to happen is that powder is going to come across, it's going to touch this water, which we haven't finished it yet, and then it's going to send it on to the next portion of the build, and then it's going to push it down into our blast chamber down below. So at this point, what we need to do is go up 2 blocks. And then what we need to do is create ourselves another little chamber like so, and then go ahead and put our bucket of water in the top. So there is our water that it's going to be coming across, and it's going to be hitting this water source right here and be converting from concrete powder into concrete. Now for the next portion of our build, we're going to be using this block right here. So we're going to extend this by 4 more. So you're going to have a total of 5 of your building blocks of choice right here, right like so. Now, facing down on this block that you just created, you want to put your regular pistons facing downward. So you should have 5 of them, as many of the blocks that you just got done placing, like so. And then you want to put pistons on the top of them, just like that. Now, what you need to do is extend this top row, like so, just like that. And what we need to do here is do another row behind the smooth stone, and we're going to fill that all in with redstone dust. And we're also going to do the top one here with redstone dust as well. Now at this point, we actually need to go up and connect the redstone up above. So we're going to go up and go 1, just like so, off that redstone dust. Go ahead and delete that last one that we just made a mistake on. And then what we need to do is put a slab across the top like so. So this will allow our redstone dust to connect to the one below it, as you can see there. And then we're going to fill everything that we just got done placing, all the full blocks, and then also our slabs together. So what's going to happen is when our concrete powder comes across, it's going to hit this water. It's going to turn into concrete. And then when it gets to this section right here, when we finish up our system, this will 0-tick the concrete down into our blast chamber. We actually need to make sure that we don't put anything in the center there, because that's where our concrete is actually going to be coming down through. So that's going to be an empty space like so. But what we need to do here is we actually need to put our comparators. So we're going to put our comparators like that right on top of the slabs that we just, or the blocks that we just got done building. On top of that, or behind those repeaters or comparators, what we need to do is we need to go ahead and put our furnaces. Now at this point, we need to put 58 items into this, into each of these furnaces. So however you really want to do this is up to you. So you can put whatever 58 items, and you're going to see that it's going to detect there. And then we can do that again. Now, for the most part, this is all complete as far as the actual concrete converter and maker portion of it. So if we actually grab some concrete powder, we'll just go ahead and grab, not a conduit, we want concrete powder. And we're just going to go black for the time being. And what's going to happen is you just stand here and it's going to start pushing it down like so. All right, so you guys can see that we did it for a little bit, and it pushed the black concrete down to basically the top of the water, because we went up our 12 when we started this video here. So that way it actually never goes actually into the water at all. It just is basically touching the water. But what we need to do is start off by putting another layer of stone below here. Now, I do strongly recommend that at this point, you probably should cover this whole thing with obsidian, because just in case there are any blast explosions that cause any issues, this system right here is covered. You don't have to do anything above this system because it's too far away and it won't actually destroy it at all. So that's all you have to do for this. But the next thing what you need to do is we need to put in our basically where our TNT is going to be going. It's going to be going one off of this platform, off this furnace right here. So if we grab our TNT, this is just going to mark where this is actually going to be at going forward. All right, so let's go ahead and start building our TNT duper. Now you can see that's exactly where we want our TNT to be going forward. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to surround that with obsidian. We're going to put one behind it and then two on the sides, just like so. Now what we can do is we can grab our stone of choice and we're going to go out block like so, and then we're going to go up 2 blocks like so. And then off of this block, we're going to go out 6, and then we'll extend it by 1 and then put a block right there. We can actually get rid of this block here if we don't necessarily want it. At this point, what we're going to do is we're going to put our repeaters down, and you're going to have 3 facing into the block, and then turn around and go 3 more facing into those 2 blocks. Now these 2 that are facing into the single block are going to be on full delay, and then this first one over on this other side is going to be on full delay, just like so. At this point, we need to go ahead and place our redstone dust on the top of there, and we're going to grab ourselves a torch, and we're going to put it on the side of this, and you're going to see that it's going to actually start to activate it just like that. Now, at this point, we do need to grab ourselves a lever again, so let's go ahead and grab that. And then we're going to put that on the side here, and we're going to go ahead and turn it off for the time being. All right, so now that we actually got that completed, what we need to do is, this is probably a very vital portion of the build right here, is make sure that you build this block, which is kitty corner from this furnace. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves a redstone dust and place it on top. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go down 1 like so, and then we're going to go 1 off this block here, and we need to come down again, and we're going to go off 2 like that. And then we need to go up 1 here, so it looks like this. And we're going to actually extend this floor out by 2 more like so. And then we're going to put a block right there. So hopefully that you can kind of see that pattern. So from there, we went down 1 from that repeater, down 2, but placed a block there. And then we have this single block here, and then this little system right here. Now on the back of these blocks here, we need to go ahead and place ourselves our sticky pistons. And we do need to put our block of choice on top of it, and then put 2 more blocks on top of that right there. Now, you can't make these obsidian because these are going to be moved by these pistons, so you guys got to be careful with that. Now, on the back of this one, you need to go ahead and face a piston or a repeater facing into that like so, no delay. And then there's going to be a piston on the other side of this one. This one's going to be at full delay. Now, that block behind there is going to contain redstone. So this is going to be redstone. And then all of this right here is redstone. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 more repeaters, full delay, and just 1 or a 2-tick delay. And then last but not least, we actually have to build up 1 right here and place a redstone dust on the top of it. So that is our timing circuit all done. So that basically what this will do is this will hold the TNT in place for a certain amount of time. So let's go ahead and get into this next portion of the build, which is going to be creating the TNT duplicator all in itself. Now what we're going to do is we need to actually destroy, because we needed that as a temporary block, that TNT there. So let's go ahead and destroy that and move it over just 1. Now off of that redstone line that we placed on this timing circuit here, we're going to place a sticky piston facing towards that TNT. On top of that obsidian, we need to put 2 sticky slime blocks like so, and 1 in front of it. Now off of this TNT, we need to go ahead and put 2 up like so, and 1 in front of it. So you have 2 L's, and they're kind of staggered like so, and not quite touching. The only thing that's really touching it so far is this TNT block. Now on top of this TNT block, you need to go ahead and put a wall. In front of this, you need to go ahead and put your dead coral fan. If you have just a regular fan and it's not dead yet, just place a live one there, and eventually it will turn to dead. It only takes a few seconds, 10 seconds at most, and it will get converted. Now on top of this first set of slime blocks that we place, we need to put our detector rail. And on top of that, we need to go ahead and place our mine cart. At this point, your system is 100% ready to go. Now, the only thing we really need to do is kind of make ourselves a little bit of a standing platform, so we can actually do that right now. So now we created our platform where we're actually going to be working from. And if you want to make this fully automatic and AFKable, what you're going to want to do is extend this by 1. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put yourself a dropper so it's going to face towards you. Now you need to extend this redstone dust to basically to that hopper there, or that dropper there. And then what we're going to grab is we're going to grab a few different hoppers, and you're going to see why here in just a moment. And you're going to want this feeding in pretty much from every angle possible. You're going to want one from the top, you're going to want one from the side, and you're going to want one from the back as well. So that's basically going to allow it to be filled as quick as possible with whatever concrete powder you have. And we can actually just go ahead and fill in all of those, and then we can actually fill in all of those, and we can actually do the same thing with the back here. And what's going to happen is this dropper is going to fill in super fast because you have 3 hoppers, or this dropper is going to fill in really fast because you have 3 hoppers running into it. Now at this point, you can really just decorate this however way you want. It's not going to look the greatest inside, but you can actually move things around a little bit if you really, really want to. You could technically move this back if you wanted more space right here. It's just that you're going to have a little bit of loss because concrete powder will kind of get stuck in this area right here. Now all we need to do is we just need to turn on our system, and we can actually just grab ourselves our one piece. And what's going to happen is what you would do is you would sit here, and I have a macro on my mouse that has allowed me to just, it's going to go AFK-able. And there we go. It's super fast. Now for the last phase, if you guys are doing this on a multiplayer server, I definitely recommend that you destroy this piece of redstone dust here and put a repeater. Now the timing might be different. On my server, I actually have to have a 2-tick delay because of any lag spikes. Otherwise, it will jam the system. Otherwise, try it on just a single tick delay on a repeater and you should be fine. It is going to slow it down considerably. But if you're doing AFK, it's really not going to matter because you can walk away for an hour, come back, and you're going to have 10,000 pieces of concrete if you really want that much. So it's really not going to be that big of a deal for you guys, but it does significantly slow it down. I'm going to show you guys here. It's not quite as fast as that last one, but it is pretty fast. So, and of course, being in creative, destroying that block there. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this build. This is Mumbo Jumbo Sahara concrete maker at its finest. It's set up maybe just a little bit different on Hermitcraft, but it is kind of what it is. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode, and if you guys did enjoy the episode in any way, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. And honestly, if you guys want to continue seeing tutorial videos just like this one, you know what to do. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it, and you guys stay gaming.